Sunk in yet, that moment where you put one past Eugene?
Yeah, not yet. It's all a bit of a blur. But yeah, I think in the end we deserve the win, but it's a pretty dramatic way to finish off an elimination final.
What was going through your head when Bubba played the ball onto you?
Not much. I mean, you're so focused the whole game that you kind of just go through the motions and try to focus on your game. And Bubba did really well and laid the ball off perfectly. And it's just fortunate to sneak it in that near post there.
And Ben, the technique of that, a lot of players there I guess would have really tried to lace it first time, but you're pretty deliberate that you kind of just passed it in the near post.
Yeah, I typically kind of try and go for a side foot finish. In the dying moments there, a lot of players might kind of snatch it and just try and blast it, but I feel like I connected well with it and just, as I said, snuck in.
Are you surprised that it beat Eugene at the near post? He might have been a little disappointed.
I feel like I hit it well enough to beat him, but Eugene had a great game and he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league, so it's good that he didn't get a mitt to it.
Ironic that he's on the receiving end of a goal from United back at Cooper's that puts his side out of the finals.
Yeah, I presume it would have been an odd feeling for him. He's probably been on the other side of that moment many times, done great things for the club. Football's pretty cruel like that.
Was that your best moment on a soccer pitch?
I think so. I've never really scored like a late winner like that, and in a packed Coopers like that, it was just so dramatic. Yeah.
What was the feeling like when it went through the back of the net and you finally made the breakthrough?
Just pure elation. I just ran off. I've never done like a slide celebration before, so I didn't really know how to go for it. So I just slid into the corner and got suffocated for a couple of minutes.
Did you have fears that you might not survive the celebration because everybody piled on?
Yeah, I just remember it was like I was in a cave and there was just like a wall of heads just yelling in my face, and after a while it's getting harder and harder to take a breath, but eventually it piled off.
How do you come down from that high then and focus on Friday night? How quickly do you have to do that, and what's the process from here for you guys?
Very quickly, because it's a short turnaround to the game on Friday. It's part of football. You can have really cruel games and then moments like that where it's just unforgettable. But just back to business tomorrow. We got only a couple of sessions to get fit for the game on Friday.
It seems like an incredibly short turnaround considering Perth had the week off. Is it going to be tough to get up?
I think physically it'll be a bit tough. Probably in the back end of the game against Perth, we'll probably feel it a bit. But we can carry this feeling and this momentum into the game.
Ben, how do you feel about the schedule with you guys having only 4 or 5 days and Melbourne getting an extra day and not going to play a bit later than you guys?
Yeah, it seems a bit odd that they get a 9-day break and we only get a 5-day break, but I think Victory have to take into consideration the scheduling with their Asian Champions League commitments, but I'm sure they maybe could have pushed it back a day for us. I mean, 5-day turnarounds, it's a bit short, I reckon.
Just on the game, if it went to penalties, were you feeling confident that you guys were going to win in the lead up, and how are you feeling about penalties?
Pretty nervous. I mean, you never know which way it's going to go, which way it's going to go in a penalty shootout. A lot of boys were cramping as well, so I don't know if we could have even had 5 players to step up and take one. I certainly wasn't really too keen to take one. I think we're all pretty relieved to get that late winner.
Ben, it's been a bit of a challenging season for you. I guess you had that ankle injury, kept you out for 6 or 7 games. To come back to work through that must be a nice personal reward for you last night. Yeah, definitely. Rehab can get pretty tough and pretty monotonous, and those are the kind of the moments that you think about when you're rocking up to the gym every day and doing these monotonous sessions. So I think it's good to have a full squad coming into finals in the next couple of games. And when you joined the club in the off season, obviously you'd been in Japan and struggled for game time there a little bit. Coming here, it's really reinvigorated your career, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I came here wanting to get more game time and to win trophies as well. I've never won much at a professional level. FFA Cup was my first major honour, so if we can get the double, that would be an unreal thing.
Ben, I remember at the start of the season you said that one of the reasons you came back to Australia was for the larrikinism, for the mateship. So when you had 10 blokes on top of you last night, were you sort of vindicated? Is this what the environment that you got at the Reds was?
Well, you're thinking no.
Yeah, I might have second guessed myself then, but for sure. We have an amazing group of players here. Everyone's down to earth, and we've built a real mateship culture here. So I think that moment really kind of, it was a moment I'll never forget, that's for sure.
Paul, is that your new best best, mate?
Paul Izzo?
His performance.
Oh, 100%.
Particularly full stretch. I mean, world class probably changed the result.
Yeah, I think looking at the highlights, I didn't realise how many clutch saves he actually made, and he's been one of our best players this whole season. So, yeah, definitely hats off to him.
Did it cross your mind that it may not be your night after, well, you hit the crossbar 15 minutes in, so did it cross your mind, another one I think was saved as well, or it came off the post through Eugene's legs, so did you think maybe this wasn't to be?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, because it was 0-0 and it was such a nail-biting game, it could have gone either way. And because Izzo did make those clutch saves, it was only really watching the highlights back that I realised how close they actually came to scoring as well. It's a pretty cruel way to end a season for Melbourne City. So yeah, I feel like we played the better football and we had the better chances, but it can go either way.
You'll well and truly be the underdogs going into the final against Perth. Is there a really special feeling though building amongst this group that maybe you can do something special? Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the goal was at the start of the season to win the league. Perth is undoubtedly the strongest team in the competition, but I think going in as underdogs, we can use that. All the pressure's on them. We don't go there with nothing to lose because we still want to obviously win the game. But yeah, I think carrying this kind of feeling, this momentum into the game is a really important thing for us.
What makes Perth such a hard nut to crack over the course of the year and also on Friday night?
They're just a really well-drilled team and they have quality all across the park. Even if you look at the players they bring off the bench, like Keogh and Castro at times, it's a pretty formidable side. But they're like any other team. If we set up well, which we have done the whole season, then we're also very difficult to break down.
You talk about that setup, but also mateship. Marco's obviously been a big part of that. Good to be able to extend the farewell. Yeah,
definitely. It's a bit of an odd one. I think Marco's done great things for the club. But yeah, he's a very ambitious guy, and as I said a couple of weeks ago, he wants to win the title more than anyone. So if we could send him off with the championship, that'd be a wonderful thing.
The club clearly means so much to him. Can you get your head around that probably being his farewell to Hindmarsh last night, given he's got the best win ratio in the history of any manager in the Reds history?
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I think after the game, you kind of see it on his face. He was a bit sentimental, and you could tell it meant a lot to him to win in that fashion in his last game. Probably a bit bittersweet knowing that he's not going to be there next season, but it'll definitely be a memorable one for him looking back.
Has that happened to you in your career before? A coach as successful getting the book?
No, it hasn't.
How do you beat Perth Glory? How do you go over there and win?
I think the last time we played away against Perth, we pressed them quite high and put a lot of pressure on the ball, which I think we're quite effective at doing. But if we set up well defensively, then I think we have enough quality on the counter attack and up front to hopefully grab a goal.
So the unlikely happens and you go all the way and you win the championship. Is there any chance Marco would stay?
I have no idea. That's out of my hands, to be honest. Yeah.
It feels like you wish you could say more, and you don't have to say more, but it feels like you wish you could say more about the Marco Kurtz issue. Is that a fair assessment?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the players respect him as a coach and he's done great things, but it's out of our hands. The only thing I can say is he's been a great coach and done great things for the club.
With such a short turnaround, do you actually get in any training this week? How does the week look like?
Yeah, but I think tomorrow will be more of another kind of recovery day. And then we'll have two kind of sharp sessions going into the game, but it's also about managing players and making sure we're all fit.
So does it become more of a discussion about how you're going to set up against Perth, or you actually physically have to go through how Marco wants to set up?
Probably more of a discussion. We kind of know how we want to play, but you still want to get a couple of sharp sessions in because you don't want to just, recover throughout the week and then bang, you come Friday and you're not really sharp and ready to go. So you've got to make sure you get in those high intensity sessions as well.